The Aussie NFL Fantasy Show would like to acknowledge the traditional land owners and the leaders past, present and emerging of Ngunnawal, Ngambri and Darawal countries where we are working from today. This always was, and always will be, Aboriginal land.
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
Manjot, myth, legend.
Who thinks they're going first this week, by the way? Hands up.
It's Talor.
Oh, you're wrong. It's you, Manjot.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, okay. Man, that is just a load of information. Lot of dumping right there, man. Yes, you gotta go for them early and then trade them. I was feeling that sort of vibe from Talor. Talor nailed, I reckon. Yeah, as someone who's living the pain of the Jimmy G experience still, just trade that man, please.
I just realised he, basically had hamstrings made of tissue. That was great.
A lot like mine.
Anyway, back to Manjot.
How about me with my Peyton Manning jersey that I got for Christmas last year?
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
It's an upgrade, but he's not going to be so elite.
In the beginning there was nothing, a featureless void. From the formless primordial state, a legend was born when forces combined to create a solid object of significant value. As planets were formed and Earth itself was shaped, the object lay awaiting its destiny. Seas rise and fall, mountains emerge, and upon the highest mountain, an intrepid adventurer happens upon the object. A worthy prize for ascending this to the tallest of peaks. This object has been documented to be held by many of the great dynasties of mankind, from the Persians to the Hans, the Mongols and the Ottomans, lives lost defending it from those who seek to possess it. Now it is in the trust of three wise men who also reach such pinnacles, to be held by he who imparts the most astute knowledge upon fellow mankind. The winner of the annual Aussie NFL Fantasy Show starts of the week.
The comeback's on. Go.
All right, Romans, countrymen. Big week last week. Not going to lie. Start to the week. It took a it took a real shake up with Marky Mark having to come in the last minute. Tay, did you see the team that Marky Mark had picked for you?
I did, mate.
How did you feel about it?
I gave him a spray because he started horrendous with the Atlanta Carolina game, and I had breaking news that I'd sacked Mark Downey as the general manager of my
8
team.
points between Cordero Patterson and Terrace Marshall Jr. and Talor was spitting fucking fire.
And then hours later, he had picked Njoku, who got ruled out. And when I found out Njoku was his player, that's actually the first thing I said was, I've actually got a feeling he stopped playing. Yeah. So all I did, and for anyone on this podcast is going to try and say, oh, we shouldn't have let him get an extra player, I'm fine with that call. I didn't say I needed one.
Yeah.
No,
you said I'll ride with it.
Did anyone mention to Mark that he might be out? Because I think we gave Matty C about 6 cracks at QB the week before because he wasn't sure if he was playing or not. So that's all I asked. And then you guys were like, oh, we didn't really. So in the end...
we hadn't brought that up because we didn't know.
I actually got to have one say in the team, and that was who we replaced the tight end with. And then that player actually worked out to be quite good. So I like to think I actually had a piece of that team in the end.
Yeah. And a team that early on looked like it was just going to eat rubber and come last and be in the corner picking its nose with the dunce hat on. But thanks to, a pretty solid show from my boyfriend, Trevor Lawrence. And then, of course, Cole Kmet. Oh, wow. We hate Cole Kmet, don't we, Manjot? We hate that prick.
Yeah, we hate him. We hate him.
That guy practically outscored my team. I had the Danny Dimes from earlier in the week. I was talking about how I feel like it actually took a considerable set of cojones to pick Jerick McKinnon and to get almost 12 points from him. I actually kind of feel like celebrating my own success a little bit there, but a big fat 0 from Jerry Jeudy and only 4.4 from Evan Engram saw my team just crash. So I came dead last, and then Marky Mark, with Taylor's assistance, comes in second. But ladies and gentlemen, our start of the week winner, second win of the year, goes to Manjot.
Yeah.
Look at that team.
Yeah.
With studs like Marcus Mariota, Jeff Wilson Jr., 13, almost 14 points out of Devonta Smith, and then just a handy little handful of points from Keith Arton over in Germany. 60.4, Manjot. Come on.
Yeah, give me that trophy soon. Let's go. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'm coming
It's
back.
right here next
Taylor
to
better
your
be
car, mate.
Taylor better be scared. I'm shouting
Yeah.
from last place, but Taylor better be scared
No,
now.
he's brought the gap down
I'm
to
coming.
11 points.
Yeah, it's
I think
it's
my
getting
magic
close.
number actually went down with Manjot winning.
I think you're right too.
Yeah, I think no, we're really playing against Marky Mark, you know, he's a master strategist. I'm 2-0 when he's playing.
Okay.
I'm actually 2-0 technically because I have 3 points and then 2 points, 1 point
Yeah.
when he's playing. So I think, you know, with a dynasty guy like him, I think, you know, he's got that sort of brain that we need more of in this show. And I'm not roasting you two. Not roasting you two when I say that.
No,
but,
you can get.
But I'm
stuffed, mate.
saying his
Up
knowledge
yours.
is up there. So no, I'm saying his knowledge is up there.
Yeah, he
you
is.
know, playing with Mark is hard. You know, even though, you know, he might not know the rules of the segment. Sometimes we do explain it to him, but then
We don't know the rules of the segment sometimes, mate.
Sometimes we're like the fucking starter percentage is like so low. I have to ask you half the time if my guys are eligible or not.
I like when you
picked
stopped
them.
asking, you just started picking guys who were so
And
owned.
it was like, nah,
I
man,
love that.
you can't be doing that shit. Okay, so yeah. But look, Mark never broke a rule. He even asked about Fields, so that showed he was gonna. He was. If he had Fields,
working hard.
I think Fields and Komet would have beaten us anyway.
Oh,
By
yeah.
itself, yeah.
He would have got 38
It
or
was-
something from Fields, and yeah, he would have beaten both our scores combined because my team didn't even score 38. My whole team scored 36. Thank you, Judy. I hope you're feeling better. Though.
Yeah, I'm glad I banned Fields then. You know, it felt too obvious to pick. So Fields is still banned, by the way, guys. Taylor,
Oh, yeah.
just saying
I
that.
assume he would be
Yeah.
again after what he just did.
Yeah, I thought it was just too obvious
It's
to
over.
play against Detroit that people should. It's just an advice standpoint that at this point you should be starting Fields if you don't have him in your league already. So,
Or if
yeah.
you own Mahomes, you should still get Fields and play keepings off. Like that was the other thing
Yeah.
we were saying.
Like
There's
Jerry's
just no
doing
way.
it, that's good.
Yeah. He's got no intentions of starting him because he could fall off a cliff tomorrow. But it's the right thing to do is to make sure no one else can have him because defense is part of good offense in fantasy football, and I don't see anything wrong with doing that.
Yeah.
So Manjot's 2-0 when Mark's on the pod. What would happen if Mark did Manjot's team? That's going to set a record.
We're gonna find out
Yeah.
because I'm banning Manjot next week.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. We can do
and he
that.
can give out the pastries. Yeah, up yours, Manjot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, you got the very heady job of having to distribute the picks this week, and mate, do you want to share? What's your decision?
Oh boy. So this is gonna be tough because I'm going away from what the winning formula was from last week. So I'm gonna put Talor on the clock at number 1. In the middle, I'm gonna put Matty. And on that
Hey.
first turn, the arsehole end, as we like to call it, I'm gonna put myself.
Someone likes to call it.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is so good.
I love that.
So it's in
man.
order of
That's-
standings.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
pumped,
awesome.
guys. Been waiting for this for 2 weeks.
Fuck. So
Oh,
Taylor.
me too.
Back to where I love it the best.
Yeah, at the end of the show.
Pick one for
All
you,
right.
big fella. What do you got?
I've got someone that wasn't in Doctor Good Call.
This means Manjot can take all your Dr. Good call.
That's it. I'm
You too,
leaving them
Matty.
open. I'm leaving them open.
All right. So
Guy,
not in
I
Dr.
got to
Good call.
watch this guy a fair bit on Monday Night Football, and I thought he looked amazing. And I actually thought he was so close to breaking out bigger plays. His yards per carry didn't end up great,
No.
but I'm taking Brian Robinson up against
Damn
Houston.
it. Damn it. I wanted him. No.
He wasn't on my list.
I always want my boy Brian Robinson.
So if
man.
Taylor
I
didn't
know.
take him, Manjot totally
When
would have
you-
got him.
when you said I was going first, I was like, all right, I know who
Yeah.
I'm taking. I got a feeling Manjot might like him. Got to
it.
get on Manjot's
Defense
boy,
is
Brian
good offense right there.
And again, like I got to watch him a lot on that Monday Night Football game, and there was so many times where if he just broke that last guy, he was off. Like he actually
I was saying that too.
far better than what his actual yards per carry came out at the end. That touchdown was just awesome. He showed a lot of grit. I think he looks better. He's just getting better and better each game that he's playing. And I don't know if they're going to really bother rushing McKissick back at any stage. And I don't think that obviously hurts Brian Robinson anyway, but it just sucks that it'd be a three-way timeshare for this game. But I think it's mainly just going to be him and Gibson again. And honestly, even if he's getting half the work, I think that's going to be enough against Houston. They are just so bad at defending the ground. It is absurd. So I think Brian Robinson, this is the game where he could break off a massive play. I've been sort of waiting for it, and I think it's coming. And I'm glad I've still got him in Content League, to be honest, because I think he could be in for a pretty decent second half of the year.
Yeah, he's a top little pickup. And I don't really think it matters at this point if he's sharing some of that load with Antonio Gibson. I really don't think it matters. There seems to be enough to go around.
I think they're both in for a good week, honestly. I got decimated in Sizzle and Quinny's league last week. I lost Cup, obviously the IR, and I've got about 4 people on buy. So I actually had to go waiver wire hunting, and my biggest waiver wire ad for Fab was Brian Robinson. And I think I spent 10 in 100 Fab league where I've only got about $30 left. And luckily, because someone bid 8. So it was actually the perfect bid, basically.
I can't believe he's not owned. But I guess, you've said it's not the biggest league as well.
It's a 10-team league.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to move along real quick and just take Kadarius Toney as my wide receiver.
Dang it! I've got him on there.
He's the person with the highest started percentage of everybody on my list. I went for some really deep guys. I was gloating to the guys before the show that of the 12 people I've kind of got listed, 4 of them aren't even at 10% ownership. I'm really having 10% starting. Sorry, 10% starting. I'm really having a bit of a dig, but I think this is the value of this time of year. There's just enough guys falling over, just enough guys emerging that you can really win some staff by picking up a guy on trend like this, and streaming a flex can really help you win a league. So I'm taking Kadarius Toney.
I got him in shit leagues, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh boy, yeah,
double pick for the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, look, man,
He's had his heart taken already.
Yeah.
He's regretting
his whole team.
Regretting his draft order.
I should have.
Who was Dr. Good Call this week? Let's just give him that.
Yeah.
Which position?
Who is the good call wide receiver again?
Darius
Slayton.
I mean, look, I want to take Slayton, but I've already got interest in him.
We missed him in Astro League too. Sorry, Manjot. He went before us on waiver priority.
All right. Is Darnell Mooney allowed?
Yeah, I think he is. I looked at him too, just because of the matchup as well.
Yeah, it's the matchup.
I mean, I don't look at the percentages like Matty does, but he's sitting at like wide receiver 46 on the year.
I don't have a problem with it.
And the Bears pass, you never know what you're getting out of the Bears passing game as well. So to me, that's enough of a worry to 100% make him good for this.
All right, his percentages are 81% roster, 58% starter
That's
sleeper.
fine.
Is that fine, Matty?
100%.
Put it in. Darnell Mooney he's the other one. I was actually thinking he could have been a Dr. Good Call pick as well.
Yeah.
This is the matchup. I was actually expecting him.
I've been a big fan of Mooney down the years.
I went even deeper. I was trying to go deep in Dr. Good Call, even for
get even deeper. Yeah, exactly. Now, look,
baby.
It's actually funny. I picked up Slayton in the People's Dynasty team off waivers in the Dynasty League this week.
Oh, I can understand why. Yeah.
They hadn't really done anything for a while there, so I was pretty happy with that.
That wide receiving core there has been a freaking turnstile of nothing, hasn't it?
Yeah. Been filth.
Yeah.
All right, who enjoys Manjot going next?
All right.
Oh boy.
Round 2.
Oh boy.
Fight.
This is not gonna end well. I reckon.
James Henneke.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. Nah.
This guy's gonna be so impressed we brought him up on the podcast like 6 times.
Yeah, I don't even know if he listens, but we'll have to tell
He
him.
fucking will by the time I'm done with him.
Yeah,
He's in off season now. He's got nothing else to do. No,
Yeah.
he's playing for the seniors now. So.
Yeah, do one from juniors to seniors. Oh boy, I don't know. There's a couple risks I want to take here at running back. That's why I'm taking a while because there's 2 guys I'm looking at. I'm staring straight down. Oh,
You
both
better
of
leave
them.
the guy
in
I
the eye.
want.
Saquon Barkley or CMC.
Yeah. Oh, of course I'm taking CMC. Oh boy.
And you'd
Look,
be
I'm
wrong.
gonna take Gus Edwards against Carolina.
Hey,
I
that was the guy I
know his
wanted.
hamstring
Beep, beep.
is.
Gus Bus.
Is he the guy you wanted, Matty?
Yeah, I'll be happy enough with the other guy, but
Mm.
you know, if he's going to be okay to play, he's probably taken enough off Drake to kill Drake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
Even
And-
though Drake's looked great when he's actually been
Yeah.
on.
Oh shit! It's a
Hasn't
risk
he?
though. It's a massive risk.
Where was this
because-
guy last year? How come he couldn't do any of this at
Oh.
the Raiders last year?
He was
Yeah,
dog
I don't
shit.
understand. Total dog shit. But no, yeah, I mean, you would go a long way before you find people who love the Gus Bus like Taylor and I here,
Oh,
Manjot.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen
Taylor's
that
been
photo
wanking in
of
that
his
general
face on the
direction
bus.
for years.
I'm going to send him the group chat now.
Please do.
Oh, yeah, we got.
There's going to be an
let's see it.
ectoplasm shot come after it, I think.
Yeah, let's see. Because the Gus Bus. Look, I mean, it's a bit of a risk, but I was doing a bit of research, like the most up-to-date research I could do. This is not late preparation, by the way. I was doing research like literally 2 minutes ago on what nearly Thursday morning for us now. And it said
Yeah.
that he's a high possibility of playing. That was the last I heard. He was rested for a week against the Saints, but they had the bye week, and now he's coming back apparently. So look, I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna go in early. I said in preseason that people aren't picking up the Gus Bus. I know he was injured in preseason, but I was saying he could have been good. Hey, there we go. There we go. That's a good image, Taylor. We got to bring
That's
it
the
up
one.
in the edits, Matty. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's
I'll
nice.
fade it
Yeah,
in. Mm.
Speaking of gladiators, don't we call him the August Bus right there?
The August Bus.
Augusta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil Augusta?
I think. Yeah, I feel like we gotta workshop that one a bit more, Matty.
Oh, I'm at 10%.
But all right, Matty, quickly get
Been
onto it,
given the
man.
warning.
Yeah, okay. So we're working hard on this one. I've got all quarterbacks and all tight ends still available to me. So I'm going to go ahead and take one who I'd been squirreling away for just such an occasion because I think you might let me have him. And I'm going to put in the Hig Beast and just let you tell me if it's allowed or not.
Yeah, sure.
What's the starting percentages? What are his
Started in 51% of standard leagues.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right, that's fine. That's fine, Matty.
Moving on. Nothing to see here.
That's a fucking 50-50. All right, that's fine. You
Okay.
win, Matty. Fine.
Taylor on the double shot. Double juice shot.
I've got one that I want to bring up, and you'll laugh at me. And it's one that I'll have to question with the star percentage, and I think it might be low because he's coming off.
There we
No,
go.
he's not. Actually, no, he's not coming off a bye. I'm wrong. But he's been an absolute piece of shit this entire season, and I called it very long ago. Is Rust eligible?
Oh,
It probably
let's
is.
check his.
He has been available on our 16-team 6-point
That's
passing
what I meant.
touchdown league.
I picked him up off waivers to play him in this week where Tua's off.
Yeah.
He's
How
41%.
ridiculously good his matchup is.
41%. So
He can be had. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take him, and it's honestly only because of the matchup. And if you actually look through his game log, the only good game he's had all season was against the Raiders, because everyone goes good against the Raiders, and I just think he could do
Raiders
it again.
Fucking ass, aren't they?
I know he's got no duty, and he's just terrible, but I just think there's a good opportunity for him in this one game.
Yeah.
didn't they fucking lose to the Raiders in that game though? And he had like a fumble.
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah, they
Melvin that had
definitely
the
lost
fumble.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melvin had the fumble.
Yeah, that was a return for the touchdown.
right.
And then Russ, I mean he had good garbage time stats after that game was over, but oh boy. Yeah.
All right. Russ it is. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, live
And,
and die by the hill. I'm sorry. Sorry to say.
And I'm going to stack that bitch up with Dulcich, baby.
Oh,
I love this.
I was contemplating Moreau, and I just had no idea. I've got Russ with a question mark next to it. Just not sure if he was going to get allowed. So if it was a different quarterback I took, I would have gone probably Moreau. But
Moreau
like,
was
nah,
my
I'm stacking
second
that
as well. Yeah.
I've got to stack that bitch up. Raiders 27th against tight end, and they've been near the bottom for years. So I just think it's a
#,
good opportunity there. And honestly, he just looks
Dickman
like
every
one of
time we
their
stack that
best
bitch up.
receivers.
#Brent Cox Dickman.
And Dulcich runs an absurd amount of routes, like for a tight end. Like he's pretty much in there every single time there's a passing play. So I just think he had his first sort of dud last week, but I'm taking the shot that he turns it around. I think I still had a few targets anyway last week. Yeah, I just think it's a good opportunity.
The Raiders haven't stopped a tight end since 1986, so I think it's fair.
yeah.
And he's got a must.
He can stop a bleeding nose, mate.
He's got long hair like Hawkinson. You know, he looks great.
Yeah, he's 100% trailer trash. I love him.
Yeah, it's the best.
All right, since you got away with Russ, I'm going to ask the question that everyone has been asking. Because now I feel emboldened.
Well, it can't be Tua and it can't be Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it Carr?
No. This guy started in 43% of leagues. Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers, yeah. The other wash quarterbacks.
You're going to tell me no, aren't you? Okay. If it's no, I'm going Jimmy G.
Jimmy G fits this probably better. I don't know. Like, I just feel
32% and 43%.
The thing is, we do this on a Wednesday our time, right? I wouldn't be surprised by Friday when he plays if that's higher, just because they saw one good game out of him. I don't know. I'm normally pretty going in this segment. Like I think if the guy's not completely obvious, then that's fine. Like I don't normally go off start percentages, but I don't know.
I'm happy to move to Jimmy and not make it a big deal.
Yeah, if I could go to...
I mean, Jimmy's playing. So the reason it was Rodgers, I'm like, he's started in less than 50% of leagues and he's playing the piss-ass Titans secondary. But Jimmy's got the shitty Arizona secondary. So
I do think there's a chance Aaron Rodgers gets fucking cut in half by Jeffrey Simmons, though.
There's a massive chance. And he's already, I think he came up questionable this week as well. So I'm going to move to Jimmy and no controversy here. Nothing to see.
Yeah.
It's funny. If it was last week, I think Rodgers was fine. But just because purely you finally saw one good game out of him against Dallas, and you're like, I don't know, he kind of almost falls out of it straight away. Because I've often said that it's like almost about the name at the start of the year, because that's what people think of. And now that we've seen one decent game out of Rodgers,
they're all back in.
I think people might jump back in.
Oh, good. I'll stay with Mr. Hanson. No worries.
So handsome.
So handsome.
Boy. This is going to be tough.
Okay, Manjot's going to wrap it up with a quarterback and a tight end in whichever order he pleases.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what order. So I'm going quarterback first. Because quarterbacks it's a more handsome, better position. I reckon it's tough. This is one of the worst ones. Is Mariota allowed?
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
I've got Mariota written down.
Yeah, I'm going Mariota against Chicago. I think it'd just be a high-scoring game. So
Chicago's 13th against quarterback, but I've got written it down. They're just getting worse every week. And they'll all end up in the bottom half eventually.
They really fucking sold their defense. They sold their entire fucking defense.
And that's why Fields is so good. Because it's so good as a quarterback having a bad defense. And that's actually why Tua's probably in grade 2, because that Miami defense hasn't really stopped anyone either.
Nope.
Yeah, and the Atlanta defense is absolute ass too. So there you go. Some two bad defenses.
Genuine asshole defense. Yeah.
Look, the Bears have had to play the Dolphins and then the Lions and now the Falcons. Man, Fields is going to be cooking this week. Oh boy.
I've already written your tight end in too, Manjot, because I think I know who you're going to take.
Written it in.
You've written it in.
Yeah. Very lightly, in case you choose somebody different.
Ink.
But I think I know.
Oh, did you say very likely as in Isaiah likely?
No. I didn't say likely, though. I said I think I know.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Dang, it depends who's allowed. Because
If it's a
yeah.
tight end, there aren't many that are.
Yeah. Okay. So there's Kelsey.
Yeah.
There's-
All right. I'll
There's
go Chelsea. Yeah.
Hawk.
The
Ertz
list will take about 2
died. So
seconds.
there's one less that's not
Yeah, there
allowed.
goes the line. We need a new
the
line.
Ertz line. Maybe it's the Hawk line.
Oh, so everyone on
No
the
Kittle.
Hawks will be and. Oh,
No Andrews, but he's dead anyway. Although
I
he
would
could be
say
playing.
One person who I've never really felt like should be in this either, even though he's been an off and off playing, is Dalton Schultz. I would say he's out of it too.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think even if any of us have tried him either.
No, I picked him
But
up.
that's
in two
about
leagues.
it.
I picked him up in
That's
2 leagues where he could get use Fab, then he was available. I just picked him up in the Champions
Yeah.
League as well. I actually think he's going to be good for the second half of the year. But anyway,
Yeah,
I
there's
digress.
about 6 guys who you can't take
Yeah.
really, and everyone else is just open fucking slather. You want to take
Oh,
Fryer Muth? Go for it. You want to take Foster Moreau? Go for it. You want to take Evan Ingham? Go for it. Knock yourself
Right
out.
on my list every week.
You know, if you want to take
Yeah,
I
Hayden
always-
Hurst,
It's
Yeah,
always a
love-
struggle with fucking tight ends. I hate tight ends. It's the worst
Will do.
position.
well, Taylor's down to 3%, so you better fucking get a ring on.
All right. I'll hurry up. Am I allowed to go? Am I allowed to go Taysom?
Absolutely. Please go Taysom.
All right.
He's coming off a 0.1.
Yeah, no. I
'cause
started him in keeper.
I don't know. I
Kelly
don't know
Cup,
if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
I can
But
tell you who I wrote in if that helps.
Tight end on the Saints right now.
yeah,
Yeah. Troutman is the better tight end at the moment.
Juwan Johnson's actually been playing really
Oh
well.
yeah, that's true.
because he
true.
had like a good week 1, then he dipped a couple weeks, and a good week 5, then he dipped, and then he's bound for a good game at some point. They have to know that there's somewhat. I know Dennis Allen.
I think Jameis is probably starting too, right? The season's over, so what does it
God
matter?
knows, surely. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, the Saints. I don't even know about them. Like this offense, who knows what could happen? They're
All we
playing
know
against-
is Kamara's been asked because we did that in a segment.
Yes.
yeah,
That's all we know.
Yeah, I think Taysom
That's a
Hill
back skinning.
versus the Rams. I reckon it's going to be
Reverse skin.
it's going to be a decent game. I mean, he has had all zeros in his 2 career games against the Rams. I just searched up games on StatMe, so there's absolutely no reason for me to choose Taysom. Actually, is Knox allowed? Just quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's allowed. All right.
He's
Yeah.
definitely out of that one.
He's,
All right,
he's
I'd
been
rather-
so iffy.
Okay, I'm going to be
So
Knox.
iffy.
I'm just going to quickly go
Done.
Knox. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'd written in Moreau because I'm like, if in doubt, just go with who Taylor had in
Yeah,
Dr. Call.
Dr. Google.
And honestly, here's who I
Dr.
thought I was going to leave with until you let me have Higbeast. So cool. Knox it is. So on the way back, I'm just going to take my running back, and I was on a toss up between Pacheco and Henderson, but then Pacheco turned out to be a Dr. Good call, so I'm going to stick with Darrell Henderson
Fair enough.
Yeah.
because that's still
Yeah.
murky. That's still really murky. But I don't know. If I was in a pinch right now and I was missing Fournette and I need someone to start, I'd start Henderson fine.
That's someone's taken a shit in the water and fucking mixed it, mate. That is so murky.
Yeah, that's like diarrhea in the water. Yeah.
Ugh.
Taylor gets to wrap it up.
That's the pool at Matt Ryan's house. I
You need
got my
a wide receiver.
Let's just go Christian Watson, eh?
Yeah,
Someone's
I
gotta
can't
go.
believe he's still there.
Look, I don't want him to dominate against my Titans, but I've got to go off the hot hand here, I guess.
Yeah, he's the
I've,
new Lazard, right?
I got Slayton here. I'm sort of happy enough to have him in Dr. Good Call, just so I've, being able to have a piece of that action.
Diversify
Christian
your
Watson.
assets. Yeah.
Titans are 29th against wide receiver. They're going to struggle to run compared to the pass. Also had Nico Collins down against Washington. Washington I don't like as a target as much as I used to, but he had 10 targets last week. Brandon Cooks is dead and he doesn't give a shit about the team anymore. So I thought he was actually not a bad one too. But yeah, so I had Slayton, Collins, and Watson down, but I'm going to take a shot on Watson.
I can't believe he lasted till the end. I
wanted-
was pretty sure he'd go first pick.
I wanted Watson straight. I was gonna go Watson at third, but I went Mooney.
I thought you were, honestly.
I actually was going
everyone
to,
else.
but I wasn't sure because the Titans secondary isn't as bad as people think it is.
Like good.
They're actually they're not good, but we saw what they did against KC a couple.
I know what
weeks
you mean, though, Manjot. Like, sometimes if one part of your defense is so impressive, the other part in fantasy can actually sort of leak points total because the other team just does it so much. Like, as in, like, the Titans secondary, right, could be locked down for 8 out of 10 plays, but because they're facing so many pass attempts, like you saw the Homes throw like 68 times, like they're going to break eventually, and it just makes them, like, in the end, all it takes is one massive play by a receiver on the other team, even if they've defended it well 9 out of 10 times. That one massive play all of a sudden results in 10 fantasy points, and it actually makes the defense look not great in fantasy. I'm not saying that's happened the whole year. Like, there's definitely been some games where they haven't been great in that secondary.
That's Watson, though. That's Watson in that.
Exactly. I think he matches up against this secondary of the Titans really well. That they struggle with speed, so I think there's a massive chance Watson could break up a massive play here.
Yeah,
easily.
The only thing I would say that might hurt it, but I thought this, but then I also thought that if anyone was gonna fold Rodgers in half, it would have been fucking Micah Parsons. It would have been the Cowboys last week. So I worried that the deep shot ability might not have been here against the Titans because they're going to pressure him so much. But I don't know. Like, I think they might be able to hold up well enough to give him enough time to get Watson involved. So we'll wait and see.
Maybe. Just double team Simmons all day, maybe.
Yeah,
it's going to be what it takes. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So we'll wait and see. As a Titans fan, I hope they fold him, and then I just see one stupid garbage time pass to Watson for a 60-yard touchdown, and the Titans win 24-7.
He's going to Dalvin Cook it. That's what he's going to do. Dalvin fucking Cook it.
24-7 to the Titans with a late touchdown to Watson. That'd be great.
It's a meme. Carr drops back, throws it deep in the end zone. Touchdown. Raiders lose 47-7. I love that meme. Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to read our teams back. Taylor, who had the first pick, your team looks like this from first pick to fourth pick. Brian Robinson, Russell Wilson, what's his name? Greg Dulcich.
He was gross having Russell on my team, by the way.
And
I really hope
Christian
you'd actually take him away.
No, you can have him. And Christian Watson. My team from pick 1 to 4 is Kadarius Toney, Tyler Higbee, Jimmy Handsome, and Darrell Henderson. And then Manjot's team from 1 to 4 is Darnell Mooney, the Ghost Boss, Mariota, and Dawson Knox. I love that. Okay. The quick look at the table again, just really quickly. Taylor's way out in front on 26. I'm in second on 17, and Manjot's on 15.
Manjot picked up Darius Slayton.
Yeah, I saw his wide open there. Taylor, I had no one on my bench in that league. So I think I gotta I don't want to be starting Damien Harris.
Believing in the good call.
See, the thing is, Damien Harris is like my best. So my all my running backs except Henry in content team league are on bye now. I'm literally being hit by Fournette's on bye. My boy Jeff Wilson Jr. is on a bye. Kenneth Walker's on a bye. So I had to be forced to start Damien
And I've got the
Harris.
other horseman there, ETN, on a bye in my team. So there you go. There's the 4 running backs on a bye this week.
I'm playing Andy. Okay, so Andy's still alive. He still has something to play for.
Sorry, boys. Just in case my phone dies, can I just get my bold? I'm going to go a bold prediction like I did with Henry. I'm going to say Brian Robinson has 125 yards.
Yeah, let's go. I could get behind this. I'm starting him every
Just in case
single
Taylor's
week.
phone dies too. Yeah, 125. I like that.
And I don't know if he's even had 100 all year, so that's why I think it's bold.
I think you might be right. I don't think he has either.
I think he had 90
60
last week, I think.
He had 86 last week.
There you go.
His other good games were 73 against the Packers and 60 against the Bears.
Yeah, there you go.
For
All right,
touchdown.
125. That's a big call.
Yep. Let's go.
Got it. Well, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a big week. Congratulations on returning for your Dr. Good Call segment, Taylor. Good to have you back. Well done on the
Great to be back.
well done on the quiz time. That was a bit of fun. We'll work out something a little less visual for next week, but that's kind of been fun. And start to the week, big win for Manjot last week, defending his crown. Taylor, as long as you continue to get second, it really doesn't matter what Manjot and I do. You're going to win this thing running away. So I'm glad you've got the trophy already. And the pastries, 21 pastries is a world record we gave away this week. It's been a big week, man.
Oh,
Call Guinness.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Rain tumbling down now. Oh boy.
And everyone, just remember that Josh McDaniels has a blistered ass.
Blistered.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Nothing hotter than that unless it's Jimmy G, because he's really sexy.
So handsome. As a woman or a man.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the quarterbacks as women, I actually haven't been back to see the coaches one, but I know TC was dribbling over that, so maybe I should leave him to it.
Yeah, it was over. I've had a mind blank again about the Packers coach. LaFleur. Matty LaFleur. I think her name was.
Maddie LaFleur. Yeah.
Matty
100%.
LaFleur.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Zach Wilson.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to throw all the tags in at the very, very end myself, so Taylor can go, and Manjot can get some sleep because it's after midnight here. It's now Thursday on a day where we will publish this stuff by Friday, so which will be Thursday US time. So that's how messed up this whole calendar is. But thank you very much, gentlemen. To everyone, good luck in week 11 out there, and we'll see you for week 12.
Thanks, guys.
Hooroo. Adios.
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 This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
But mate, there's a tingling in my nutsack. What a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man.
God.
Maybe get Taylor to do it because I want it to sound like the Sackville Abbey.
I will be Googling right now.
Aussie.
Still finalizing a few details with Pastry Press NFL representatives. That dude who runs Pastry Press is me. So all the trademark, all the copyrights have gone through.
NFL.
Yeah, look, I just heard the word pastry about 8 times, so I'm hungry as balls.
Fantasy.
All right, are we ready to crack open a fresh can of sleep?
I've talked about some players having AIDS, some players then having Yades.
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
This is what you can do when you're a mythical creature from 3,500 BC.